If you're dealing with any kind of chronic health condition like long COVID, CFS-ME, fibromyalgia, IBS, or an autoimmune condition, it's really important to understand something called cell danger or cell danger response. My name's Michaela. I'm an award-winning nutritional therapist with my own personal experience with fibromyalgia, which I have fully recovered from. So cell danger is something that I had never heard of myself when I was unwell. There was no part of me that thought that something that had happened to me 10 years ago or 20 years ago would be impacting how I felt that day. But actually, I know now that cell danger is a huge part of what drives chronic conditions, and understanding them can be really helpful and pivotal in someone's health. So cell danger is basically your body responding to what it perceives as a threat. The triggers of cell danger response can vary from person to person. It can be a combination of one thing or several things. It can be a viral infection, parasite, or bacterial infection. It can also be things in your environment like pesticides and molds. Also, it can be things like trauma, be it physical or emotional trauma. Also, things like day-to-day stress or really big periods of stress can also be something that triggers your cell danger response. The symptoms of cell danger are going to vary from person to person. For me, my big symptoms of my fibromyalgia were chronic pain, so that included sensitivity to light and sound. I had a lot of brain fog, a lot of issues with fatigue. But other symptoms of a cell danger response are difficulties with sleeping, difficulties around emotional health, and issues with developing autoimmune conditions. So again, that's going to be something that varies from person to person. So what can we do about our cell danger response? If we think that cell danger response is the body responding to a stressor, then the first step in there is going to be thinking about identifying what that trigger is, or that driver of what's keeping things going with them for that person. And that's going to be something that's going to, again, vary from person to person. So for me, I'd had viral infections that had been possibly a trigger, but I'd also had environmental things that were driving my conditions as well. So I had to work on molds, my stress management, and nutritional deficiencies. But that's going to be, again, different from person to person. So firstly, it's going to be about understanding what your trigger is, what's driving things, what's really keeping things going. So we really, again, always want to be working down at the root cause of someone to try and facilitate change that's going to be lasting and is going to make an impact for that person. Only then will we really be able to see big changes that are going to be pivotal in your health and actually going to sustain beyond just being on a strict diet or taking loads of supplements. We have to get right down to that root cause, work at that level, and then we'll start to see change that lasts. If any of this sounds familiar to you or is resonating with you, I'm happy to discuss with you further. Get in touch with me to arrange a free discovery call.